episodes. First of all, if you're listening to this episode, you've pressed play. Thank you. You are already very wise and validate my crazy Christmas focus in these summer months. So, since about mid-May, I have been embarrassing myself on the internet by talking about something no one wants to think about at this time of year, which is Christmas. So, the fact that you're here means you are both wise and very, very gratefully received by me. So, let's just say the things we need to say, the elephant in the room. I get it. You only just got over the last Christmas. It's the summer holidays. We're coming out of lockdown. You just want to enjoy it. You don't want to think about Christmas at all. You just want to be easy breezy. And there are a million things on your to-do list that are more urgent. You want to spend time with the kids. You haven't got any marketing content planned for like the next 3 weeks. So why would you bother getting ahead? I fully get it. However, with 12 years working in the online retail world, in e-commerce, I know that Christmas is so important. I can't even really express how important. It's really, really important. So I'm going to continue embarrassing myself by bringing it up in my own marketing content and the things that I put together for you every working day in my groups and in the resources I'm putting together, because it pays off, because I know that so much potential is available during Christmas. So if you would like a Christmas that brings in the revenue and profit that you really want and includes zero burnout, you are totally in, and I applaud you for being here. Gold stars all round. There are lots of things we could talk about for Christmas planning, and I have lots more resources available for that. Today, I want to talk about a specific thing you can do to prepare for Christmas, which is your marketing content. Let me paint a picture for you, dear listener. It is mid-November and your orders are starting to increase. You're busy packing things up and managing your team and making sure everything's running smoothly. It's all starting to go a little bit busier, really build up. And as you finish your day, kind of on time, but you feel like there's something that you should be doing, something that you've forgotten. It's all felt a bit too easy and like you're too on top of things, and like almost like that waiting for the other shoe to drop feeling. Surely there is something that you have let slip in this day. And then you realise, having looked through your list and seen it all beautifully ticked off and totally, on top of everything, you realise that in the past, at the end of your day, you've had to quickly write a few social media posts because you haven't got anything scheduled. So normally you'd be kind of scrolling to get ideas and maybe panic posting, hoping that somehow these posts are going to get you the sales that will cover the cost of the assistant who's just started and you need to pay for the next few weeks. This time, in this picture that we're painting, it's different. You've got to the end of the day, you've got the orders out, you've managed the team, you've kept up with everything. And you don't need to be scrolling and panicking and scrabbling some things together. You've already got a weekly email newsletter going out. You've already got social media posts scheduled and a list of the stories that you're posting each day as well. They're prepared, they're ready to go. There's nothing that you actually need to do. You're confident that you know your customers, you've got great content, and that all means that you can wrap up your day in mid-November without working into the evening. And so you smile. You feel smug. You breathe a sigh of relief. Maybe you do a little celebratory dance. And in fact, you feel so good that you even post a quick selfie as you end your day and post it to your stories because you're for all the orders you're getting ready. Can we just take a moment for the ease, the relief, and the confidence in that picture? Doesn't that sound really good? and kind of like proper business ownership. That's what we're going for, right? Before you start thinking that is not possible for me, let me just tell you, this is possible for you. You do not have to be perfect to have this vision. You do not have to have made it. You do not have to fail. You need a little bit of time to prioritize for this work, but you do not need loads and loads of resources to make this happen for yourself. It is an energetic shift. It is a shift in priority, but it does not require from you. So this is possible for you, but you need to start now. Time to get ahead by creating content and scheduling it. Peace. So let's talk about it. I'm excited. I know that I'm going to talk a lot. So I hope you're ready. And you can come back to this episode as well, obviously. So let's start by saying, okay, what is batch creating content? When I talk about batch creating content, I am talking about a series of marketing content in one go and then scheduling it to be released later. So this is not creating as you go. There's room for that. There's space for spontaneity, as we saw in that little picture I painted. But the majority of marketing content works really well when it is created with intention. You've kind of had the space to play with ideas and make something that really connects with your customers. And there's a few reasons why batch creating content works. It keeps you focused, so you can be in marketing mode for a morning or an afternoon without context switching and getting distracted by other stuff. You can really get in the zone. You can set the intention to get inside your ideal customer's head that's going to help and inspire them. Once you start brainstorming, the ideas start to flow, which is great. It also means that you can work on pieces that work together. So rather than kind of grabbing ideas out of the air that maybe aren't as cohesive and as connected as we would want them to be, you can really set an intention of like, I'm going to talk about these things and I'm going to build on this theme over several days or weeks, and have content that works together. Batch creating also makes you more efficient. Again, task switching costs us loads of energy. I read a study the other day that was like, you actually lose 23 minutes every time you're interrupted by having to shift out of what you're doing into something else and back again. And I was like, that's a lot. That is a lot. So batch creating makes you more efficient. You're doing it in one go rather than having to squeeze it in around all the other things. You'll get more done in one go than you would doing it in bits. And you get ahead, which adds to your sense of confidence, ease, and calm. And you take that vibe with you into the rest of your business. Can't underestimate the power of that. So, booking an afternoon purely to work on your Christmas marketing content will feel uncomfortable. You will want to be distracted. You will want to say, this other thing is way more urgent. And I'm going to encourage you to put other things to one side because it will make a huge difference to your success levels in the next 6 months when you invest the time and energy in doing this work. So how do we batch create content? It sounds great, be helpful. So how? Let's talk about the how. I'm going to talk through 4 steps and then we're going to talk about some bespoke Christmas content creation stuff. Think content, the process goes something like this. Step 1 is make time. You need a morning or an afternoon to really get in the zone and make progress. An hour doesn't really cut it. You could maybe do a 2-hour block, but I really recommend 3 or 4 hours if you can wangle that. It will help. So step 1 is make time. Step 2, start off by bringing customer to mind. So if you've already got a customer profile that you already work with, great, bring that. If you're thinking about this for the first time, either way, spend a few minutes thinking about your ideal customer. Tune in to what they're inspired by and how you can help them. How you can help them have a great Christmas. How you can make them feel better as they prepare for Christmas. How you can help them find perfect gifts for their favorite people. Have a lovely brainstorm. all the ways that you can connect with your customer and help them out, make their lives better. That's step 2. Step 3 is to do that brainstorm. Do the ideas of how you could inspire, educate, entertain, or solve the problems of your ideal customer. This is something that you can do all the time and kind of have a brain dump space in a folder online or in a Trello board or something. But when you are starting off your batch content creation session, start off with a brainstorm so you can get in the flow. And then step 4 is to take those ideas and work them into blog posts, into emails and social media posts. And then start working up the content so that it is ready to schedule. When it comes to step 4, deciding those ideas, really just start with the ones that feel most exciting or you can see most clearly. I find that when I do a brainstorm, there are maybe 2 or 3 things that I can already see how they're going to look when they're finished. Start with those, do those, and see where you get to. You'll find that once you're in the flow, it's a bit easier to pick up an idea and work it through. And remember that you can repeat ideas across different formats. If you have a great series of tips for your customers, you can have a blog post, you can put it in an email newsletter, also make a reel or a series of Instagram stories or a simple list post to put on your feed. Totally repeat ideas across different formats and post them a little bit spaced apart. That's really great. So that's the basis of batch creating content, those 4 steps: to set aside the time, to connect with your ideal customer, to brainstorm the ideas of your content, and then to take those ideas and work them into the finished article. So from that basis, let's talk about some specific bespoke Christmas content creation ideas. I have found that it works really nicely to start with the content that you find easiest. As I mentioned just now, like from your brainstorm, just start with the things that you can already see in completion, in their complete form. But if you find it really easy to create like product-based posts, start there. If you find it really easy to do that, like here's my Christmas card, it comes in these colors and it's available now, do those first. Sometimes they do the engagement content as well, but if you find it easiest to do the straightforward product-based things, do those first. If you find it really easy to write inspiring tips or create videos or stop motions or something like that, work on that first. Get in the flow and then fill out the other areas. A lot of my clients find it really easy to start at the end and work backwards. And it can certainly get you in the mindset of marketing and clear communication. So with Christmas, you can start with the kind of last chance content that you need towards the end of December. That's such a crucial part of the sales period of Christmas, that last chance bit. It's really, there's a lot of opportunity in those moments for people to get last chance gifts. People are really engaged with Christmas at that point. So it is a really powerful place to start. And it's quite straightforward marketing wise. Write the last chance email, really simple, some nice product images and a nice big shop now button and shop before, Friday at 5 to get your Christmas gifts. Really clear. So write an email, create some graphics that you can post, have a last order dates graphic that you can share in your social media feed and in your stories and in your emails for about a week, 10 days or so before your last order date. So it's okay if you don't exactly know when your last order dates are going to be yet. You can get your content ready to go and schedule it when you're ready. You can add in the specific dates when you have them. You can put them out when you're ready. But getting the bulk of it done will be extremely rewarding. If you can get it done before September, even more so. So as well as thinking to write at the end of December, you can also decide on your Black Friday offer now. You can create content for that too. So Black Friday is the 26th of November this year. You don't have to do a discount. You could do free delivery for that weekend or that week over a certain amount. You could do a free gift with any orders that are placed to reward the customers that do shop with you rather than discount and kind of devalue your pieces. You can do a discount if you want to, or you can simply expect more sales that weekend because it's payday weekend before Christmas. Whatever you choose to do, create the content for it now. Write the messages, emails, posts that introduce the offer, then remind customers of the offer, and then have the last chance message as well. So once you've got kind of the last bit done, you can do some other posts. And here are some other types of posts that you can batch create in your batch creation session. You can do all of your product features. As we already know from previous episodes, customers need to see your product on average of 11 times before they make a purchase. So you need to, especially for your key pieces and your best sellers, have photos and videos that you can use of those products and schedule. Use help you write your captions. You can nab a little sentence here and there. You can talk through an option that's available. Plan those. Schedule at least 3 product features a week from mid-October until your last order date. Don't forget to use calls to action like buy now or shop now. You obviously want to be including your products in your marketing emails, but you need to keep using them in your posts and stories as well. So you could just do a whole batch content creation session just on product features. Once you've got your Christmas products done, you can just start scheduling that content. You could also spend a session just thinking, or part of a session probably, just thinking about your service features. You already do an amazing job for your customers, so let's shout about it. Remind them that you have express delivery, you have gift wrap, you have options to send things directly to your customers. Maybe you have personalization choices and loads more. Create posts that just show these service offerings that you provide and talk about them. Even just talking about your packaging and showing how carefully you wrap things and how lovely it is really helpful. And if you've got a special Christmas thank you note or Christmas thing that you put in your orders, do a little video of it and schedule it so that people can see it. And of course, you can totally spend a content creation session thinking about email. I love email marketing for product-based businesses. It's no secret. I believe it's really powerful. I see the results regularly. You can write an email a week from about mid-October. Actually, thank me later. They don't need to be complicated. They don't need to be really long. Just weekly reminders of your brand, what you make, and how you can help your customers. Lots of lovely clicks through to purchase. And of course, if you have some nice tips or a nice blog post that you could link to, that's great too. I have loads more marketing resources in my membership group, the Better Business Collective, and also in the Better Christmas Plan course. More on that in a second. You could also spend a batch content creation session just thinking about tips and inspiration. You are really wise and creative, so you can share it with your customers, especially at Christmas. This is a great way to attract new customers as well as increase your existing customers' knowledge of who you are and what you do. It's a great way to increase brand recognition and brand value. So you can give them tips on decorating for Christmas or activities to do with their friends and family, or how to make a Christmas sweet treat that's really low effort but has a massive crowd-pleasing effect. Lean into your own area of expertise and what your audience cares about. That brainstorm session that you did at the beginning is great for this, and I really encourage you to plan some of this lovely engagement content ahead of time. So remember that you don't need to do all of these things in one go. I'm not suggesting that in a single morning or afternoon you'll have everything done. However, it will be the most efficient way to get lots of things done. Start with the easiest one for you. Start getting your gorgeous, magnetic, and effective content done ahead of time. And of course, I have a couple of resources for you. So I know it's not easy to keep everything in your head. I know that I've talked through a lot of things today, and there's a lot more Christmas prep that you can do. I have a free checklist for Christmas that has everything from all the content to create about your products, so your photos and your descriptions for your listings, how to prepare your studio, and I made a big old list of marketing content to create and schedule too. You can download it now on my website. You can go the link in the show notes to find the direct link, or go to thejennypace.com/Christmas checklist, all one word. That checklist is going to help you to batch create your content for Christmas, and it will also help you get prepared with loads of other stuff as well. I also have a seriously accessible Better Christmas plan available. If you've been around here for a while, you'll know that I ran the Better Christmas plan as a 5-day challenge back in May. I have now made it a DIY, totally available, instantly and unlimitedly for you to download. It's got 5 workshops, extra checklists, self-care worksheets, affirmation downloads. It's all about creating a Christmas plan from start to finish that reduces your burnout and overwhelm. I really, really want you to have that picture of November and being able to finish on time without scrabbling around at the end of the day. I really want that for you this year and every year from now on that you are in business. So this course is really set up to help you achieve that, to not only show you what's possible, but also to help you get there and plan ahead as much as possible. So that course is £37, nice and accessible. I want as many people as possible to take it and use it. The value is immense. If you spend £37 and dive into that course, not only are you going to make more money at Christmas, which is a really big aim, but you're also going to feel more confident, a lot calmer, and you're not going to burn out so that the first 4 months of next year are kind of a washout. So you can find that, again, the link in the show notes, or go to thejennypace.com/Better Christmas plan. It is jam-packed. Okay, so I hope that this podcast episode has helped you to think about batch creating content ahead of time rather than doing it reactively and in the moment. Here is to your calm, organised and ease-filled Christmas. I will be back soon with more podcast goodness. In the meantime, go and check out those Christmas resources. Come and hang out with me on Instagram. I'm at thejennypace, and I will see you really soon. Thank you so much for listening to this episode of the Better Business Podcast. I would love it if you could subscribe so that you don't miss any of the new episodes coming out. And of course, share with any creative business owners. I'll see you really soon. Take care. Bye.